Good evening to you, bro.
Good evening, bro.
Good to have you again.
Same here, bro.
Wow, it's really exciting. Premier League Matchday Live is back, and it's really been a roller coaster today. And particularly, we saw Arsenal trashing. I call it trashing, monumental trashing. Trash Burnley 5-0, and that's about 11 goals in the space of 2 games. Wow, that's really impressive. Really impressive. It shows that these guys mean business this season. But like you always say, despite that, you don't see them clinch the trophy. But that's by the way. Let's talk about the finesse of today's game. So, what are your thoughts on the matchup?
Good play, good game of football for Arsenal. Sorry for the Burnley guys out there. It doesn't go well that you came out to play football at your own ground, at Toughmore, at your place, and you are being whitewashed by 5 good goals. 5.
How many is Burnley? B-U-R-N.
No, it's not to that. It's not to that. It's not to that. Burnley should be 7.
Yeah,
7 letters. So, but then Arsenal are the first club. They are the first side that in 2021 has won all their matches. And we're in the 6th week of 2021, mind you. 2024 rather. Come on, why am I taking myself back? Come on, please, I'm not gonna take it.
It took us 3 years back. Please.
But then if you also check out, yes, before now you would say, or before 2024, even 2 weeks ago, if they tell you that the Arsenal side will in their next 2 games will score 11 goals without conceding one.
What I would have said is, who dashed them?
Azine. So it's just so shocking. But that's one thing with football. Aside that, even as it stands, if you tell me or if you go ahead and go and dream that Arsenal will clinch the title, I will tell you, my friend, stop joking. But then, if you check their credentials, they are what a team that should take on the title. Well, we say, okay, they are not chasing the title. But if you check very properly, where do I start from? Let me even start from discipline. Oh, myself, the disciplinarian. But wait, if you want to be playing good football, if you want to win games, you need to be disciplined so that you don't even concede. So for the Arsenal side, in terms of yellow cards, Arsenal has considered the least yellow card in the league.
Impressive.
I'm talking about 38 yellow cards. Impressive. Do you know number 1, guys? Do you know number 1?
Tell us.
Chelsea.
I expected
78 yellow cards. 40, as in 40 gap. 40 gaps of cards.
Can see the height of indiscipline.
Oh my God. So what can you tell about that? Then what about goals scored? Arsenal is just 1 goal behind Liverpool. And what does that tell you? It tells you that these guys are qualified to be called a team chasing the title. What about goals conceded? I mentioned discipline, right? Discipline comes with not conceding goals. And Arsenal are number 1 in less goals conceded. Just 22 goals.
Impressive, really impressive.
So what are you talking about? GD, goal difference. Arsenal are number 1. What else are you not saying? That these guys are not contending for the title. It still sounds somehow. But then let me also tell you one thing. The 11-man squad today, do you know that it is only 2 players that have not scored a goal this season? From the 11-man squad that was really the first 11, Arsenal's first 11.
And those guys against Burnley tonight?
No, yes, tonight. I mean, the first 11 side, everybody has scored a Premier League goal.
Okay.
Except
2 players.
Except 2 players, Raya and Kibo. But every other person
has scored.
In fact, the midfield of Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard, they have all collected minimum 4 goals. They have all scored minimum 4 goals. Wow. The Havertz that we knew yesterday is no longer the Havertz that we know today. The guy has been transformed. What about the front line, where you have Gabriel Martinelli, who has scored 4? You have Trossard 6. You have Saka, I think 10. What about his assists? 7 assists, 10. So 7 assists, 10 goals for the Premier League. And you are saying that these guys are not contenders. My brother, the time is no longer there again that Arsenal are contending. Okay, so good news for the club, good news for Arteta, and one will say that I think he came at the right time, because Arsenal fans are really disappointed with Arteta, the way they have not been doing well with respect to the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. But then the Champions League is here again. The Champions League is here again, and we'll see whether they will carry this momentum and move over to the Champions League. Let me take my break here.
Yeah. So having said all this, how would you feel if with all these statistics you pointed out tonight? You talked about discipline, you talked about the goals differences, you talk about goals being number one, top spot at the less goals conceded. Now, how would you feel if after all these guys don't clinch this trophy? Like you rightly said, the one might say, okay, they are not pursuing the title, but regardless of whatever, everybody, if you ask all the rest of your other teams, why are you in the Premier League? They will say, they are there to win the title. That's just the truth about it. So how would you feel as an Arsenal fan if Arsenal do not win this trophy?
Arsenal fans will not feel down. They will not feel crazily down. Yeah, that's the right word. Because this season is not like last season that Arsenal for over 270 days, they were top of the table. So you know what that means. You are on top, and just about 6-7 games to the end of the league, and you just fumbled. As in, you just went down and out. So it's not going to be the same thing here, because when the season started, just few Arsenal fans will say, okay, they are going to take the league this time around. But then we saw a very tough and a formidable Man City side, that we thought that by this time of the league that they might just be like 10 points ahead, but then they are sitting at the third position, and Arsenal at this time, even with the game advantages that Manchester City had. As it stands now, if Manchester City are able to win all their games, they might just be only 1 point. Okay, at max they can just 1 point ahead of Arsenal. Back then, about 3-4 weeks ago, we saw Arsenal that Arsenal might just be around fourth position by the time Man City gets their games going, and by the time we Aston Villa and the co. But then Arsenal have shown in 2024 that they are the league leader. So I wouldn't say that the Arsenal fans will feel down if they eventually don't. I say eventually, if they don't if they don't get to the top of the league at game 38. But guy, just few games left, and this side is showing new strength. That Dubai trip must be overstudied.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so lastly, before I let you go, you said something about the transformation of Kai Havertz. You said, if I will get you correctly, you said how he was known before is definitely not how he is now. So can you please throw more light on what you meant by the transformation? What transformation did he undergo? Okay. And what was he known for before that has changed now?
He came to a club that don't really, I'll use the word, don't really downplay their players. Okay, Arsenal Football Club and its fans try to encourage players. Okay, and he saw that love, I think, and you see the chances we are giving to him, even at the point that some clubs will be like, okay, it's time up, just go to the bench, by January you are going home. But then Arteta was giving him time. Arteta saw, but to me, I'm very shocked. But then that is one unique thing about coaches and their scouts. They saw that this guy is phenomenal. They saw that this guy can do the work. Signing him for over 50 million pounds, or somebody that was called in quotes not wanted in Chelsea, and you brought him at that figure. So what has happened to him? It's a good news. It shows that the backroom staff, they are working, that Arsenal knows where they are heading to. For them to just go and pick Kai Havertz and look at the work that he's doing, a situation whereby he was brought in, we thought that he would play the forward role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could he be the wing side, the 7, 11, or 9, or the first 9 that you guys, the Chelsea guys, know him for? But then you see a Kai Havertz that is in the midfield, balling in the midfield, distributing, holding ball when they ask him to hold the ball. Go and play first 9 from from the left side of the midfield. Omo, that is remarkable, and that is big news for him. We just hope that it continues, and mind you, if he can sustain this level, Omo, it will be amazing for the football club called Arsenal.
What an uncommon transformation for Kai Havertz. Really uncommon.
All
All right, thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your night.
You too.